Who even told you it's bad to rest? Who programmed that narrative to where you feel bad about taking time to find ways to rejuvenate, find ways to recover, find ways to restore creativity so that you can do more and hold more space in your world? Who told you that? A lot of times we forget, especially as women, we forget the importance and the value of pausing on purpose to pursue peace. And when we have that peace, when we pause on purpose, we can find restoration and energy to where it's almost unrecognizable.
Here we grow again, our hearts on the mend. What I want is what I want is what I want. Soft spaces.
Welcome to Soft Spaces Podcast, where I share a little bit of me to connect with a little bit of you so that together we can create a community of wholeness where our unmuted, authentic voices can find healing to thrive in every area of our lives. My name is Yolanda Lewis. I am your host, and today we are removing the cape. Yes, we are taking off and overcoming the guilt of finding rest and the stigmas that go with why you can't find rest. I mean, who told you it's bad to rest? Who programmed that narrative to where you feel bad about taking time to find ways to rejuvenate, find ways to recover, find ways to restore creativity so that you can do more and hold more space in your world? Who told you that? A lot of times we forget, especially as women, we forget the importance and the value of pausing on purpose to pursue peace. And when we have that peace, when we pause on purpose, we can find restoration and energy to where it's almost like unrecognizable. There's all kind of memes that say, you want me to stop and pause, but who's going to do it if I don't do it, right? That is a messaging, a programming of devaluing the importance of rest. I remember the first time that I really got some rest, and rest isn't always taking a nap, although sometimes you need that too. I used to have a routine where Sundays was nap day from 2 to 4. My friends knew, don't contact me. There's nothing that I can do for you. My children understood. My husband respected it. 2 to 4 was my time to nap. And I had even a nap couch. It was in our front room. And in the front room, I would go every Sunday from 2 to 4. I'd come home from church every Sunday, 2 to 4, make sure everybody was straight. Although I didn't always do that because sometimes it was just hubby's turn and he did it. And as the boys got older, they did it on their own. But 2 to 4 was mommy's time to nap. Even with that routine, I remember the first time, actually, I don't think I started that routine until after this time I'm about to tell you. So hubby, for my birthday, he got me a gift of the spa. I had never been to the spa before. I had never experienced spa life, and I had always wanted to get a massage and, just have that whole experience with the robe and the slippers and the tea or the hot water and the candles. The hot stones was my thing. And I'm laughing because I'm thinking about the first experience of the spa and then how I know what I want now. The first experience of the spa, the lady, she was littler than me. And I don't know if she thought because I was bigger than her, not just in height, but also in width, that I needed to be pressed down more. But now that I think about it, she was right. I needed that, although she was a little bit rough. Nonetheless, she massaged any stress I thought I had. She made sure that thing was pushed out. She got it out. When my husband and my children came to pick me up, my boys were young at that time. When they came to pick me up from the spa, I got in the car And I just felt like there were like butterflies and birds chirping all around me. I felt like Snow White, just like magical, and I needed to walk like this everywhere I went, and the birds and the butterflies would follow me, and little bunny rabbits were following me. Like, it was just such zen and peace. I get in the car in that mode, and my children, they were looking at me like, who is this lady? Like, they were looking at me so weird because they'd never seen their mom so rested. They'd never seen me so rested. It wasn't until after the fact that I realized, wow, their entire lives up until that point, they were like 7 and 9. But up until that point, their entire lives, I was so wound up. They didn't recognize the woman that I was relaxed. I didn't even recognize the woman that I was relaxed. I didn't realize I needed it. I just pushed so hard and I did what I had to do for my family, focused on making sure that they were good, focused on making sure that the house was humming the way that it needed to hum, like we do as moms. I didn't have a lot of time for relaxation. Now, my husband, he was awesome at knowing how to have boundaries and turn things off and when to go play basketball and go hang out with his friends. There was even a time where he told me, you need friends. He's honest with me. I needed it just like that, straight up. You need friends. I had totally poured my whole everything and my existence into my family. And it was something I watched my mom do. I thought that was what you were supposed to do until I started getting this messaging of I needed friends and I needed to do something else other than learning and school and children and wifery and work and all of those things. I needed something else that was fun. One of those things that my husband initiated was the rest. And I'm glad he did, because I don't think I would have thought about rest. I think I would have had to burn out before I really calculated rest into my routine as a routine. So after the spa, I didn't go every week or even every month. It was a treat. And I actually appreciated the treat of it, that it wasn't so regular, because it helped me to really look forward to that level of rest, that level of relaxation. But I did implement the Sunday nap. That was the way that I built a routine around rest. What about you? When do you take off your cape? I mean, seriously, when do you pause on purpose to pursue peace? When do you do that? Well, let's talk about a couple ways of how you could do that and how you can get yourself ready to create a routine that works for you, but that also gives you what you need in that restful space. Rest is an essential part of you and your creativity, of you finding clarity, and of you sustaining your lifestyle so you don't burn out. It's important for your clarity, for your creativity, and sustaining your lifestyle so that you are pleasant to get along with your cape on. Just like my children didn't recognize who I was as this restful person. Imagine how different you might be to your loved ones, that you might be to your children if you implement routines of rest. So the first thing you can do is consider rest as something that is necessary. As much as you need water and food, you need rest. Reframing rest in that perspective of a necessary element of your life will help you to establish an important place where it has to fit in. Yes, there is the pick up and drop off of children. Yes, there is time with hubby. Yes, there is time with yourself. And yes, there is time for school and work and your business. But what about time for rest? Because here's the thing. Rest is a part of self-care, but self-care isn't just rest. Sometimes self-care can be many things like journaling and doing fun things and all of that. Rest is completely and utterly that. It's exclusive. It's a set time, not sleep where you have to go to sleep because your body is shutting down to rejuvenate itself for the next day. Rest as in you pause on purpose to pursue peace. So reframing it as an essential element of your life will help you to implement it into your daily routine so that you can see more of it, experience more of it, and it benefit your family, your life, your friendships, your work relationships. The next thing you can do is evaluate how much rest do you need. Quantify it. So the example of the rest when I implemented the routine, yes, I had my spa days, but the routine that I implemented was every Sunday. That was the specific routine that was dedicated to just me and my thoughts and my rejuvenation and my re-energizing, plugging me up and sparking up new clarity and purpose and creativity so that I could communicate better, so I could visualize better, clearer. I had a 2-hour nap every Sunday. And that was enough time. I didn't need any more than that. And I couldn't have less than that either. I'm not a 30-minute napper, not for the purpose of rest. To cat nap so that I could finish my homework, that was a totally separate napping event than this 2-hour nap that I took every single Sunday after church. So quantify how much time is actually necessary for you in your lifestyle and in your circumstance. Maybe you only need an hour. Maybe you are the type of person a cat nap will do. And you could do that every Sunday or every Saturday or whatever the way you rest is. Quantify it. And finally, practice it. Actually do it. Don't make it just one of those things you put on your calendar and never do. Make it a part of your life. Every whatever. Pick a day. For me, I couldn't pick every day. It just didn't fit into my lifestyle at that time. I had young children and it just didn't work for me. For you, you might be able to find a way, and kudos and power to you, girl. Practice the routine of your rest schedule in its heightened value, in its heightened importance, and in perspective of giving you clarity and helping you to revive your being so that you can do more, make a greater impact, and just be an overall happier person. So happy without the cape that your children don't even recognize you, that your husband is so glad to have you around. Look, that might be another episode topic. How to make sure your husband is happy you're around. We'll talk about that another time. In the meantime, the other thing that you can do is breathe. At the end of every episode, I extend my invitation to you to enter into the soft space. In this soft space, we get to be our unmuted self without judgment, flawed, honest, humble, and be welcomed. That being said, welcome to the soft space. In the soft space, we breathe. And as we're breathing in the messaging of whatever is surfacing inside of us so that we can adopt a new way to live. We honor that message by listening to it, by pausing to it, by breathing into it so that we can take action on it. And we do that through breath. We do 2 breaths, a deep inhale and exhale. And sometimes on that exhale, your body wants to respond with a sound. And if it does, that's okay, let it. Other times, after we finish our 2 breaths, you may want to continue breathing. And if your soul wants to continue breathing because you're in an ultimate download space, let it. Now, let's begin. Deep breath in. One more breath. And exhale through your mouth. Allow your shoulders to drop, your neck to extend, your arms to release the weight and be at peace. Deep breath in through your nose. One more breath. Hold it. And exhale. I want to thank you for sharing this soft space with me. And I look forward to seeing you again, meeting you again in the next episode. In the meantime, take care and God bless.